stop right now. Everybody, yes. Everybody stop now. Everybody stop now. In silence. Please
Stop. You're bringing everyone right now. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. You're bringing everyone silence. Should I took the live breeze off and they done two light course. I end up at the train line.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz News and Entertainment with a Buzz. The edited version of the videos that you just saw is of an accident that took place on the PJ Patterson Highway going east, where it is confirmed that a trailer truck with the driver, a woman and a child were blazing at not speed, and it seems as if they had a blowout tire. The tire caused the man to lose control, run down the place, lick down couple light pole. It was only the train tracks that kind of slowed down his momentum. Based on what I see, it seems as if at least everybody in that supposed to be badly injured or even worse lose them life. It is said that it teared down the light pole. All of the high tension wire was burning out all of the grass, left a big hole in the ground, black hole. So people, based on what we saw, don't know if he blew out the tire or him lose control and then the tire blow out. You know, people always blame the tire, blame the truck, blame the car, blame brakes, everything. But people, what we need to blame is the speeding. Because here it is again. We have a man that is blazing in a big truck, big rig, trailer truck, with his wife and his daughter or child. And him decides that him go blaze because he wants to reach home as soon as possible. Where the only home that he might be going is to the afterlife with his family. Very sad. And like I've always said, the mindset of Jamaican drivers, it is warped. And this is yet an perfect example. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off a video that has been making its round all over social media, where a lady says that she's only in love with thugs. Only thug love matters. So if it is not a high-risk relationship, if you're not with somebody that is dangerous, that is threatening your life, then it seems as if you have zero love. I want you to take a listen, take a look at exactly what this lady has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
No, on a TikTok, me and my man stress, but what the boy put one gun on my head last night. Yeah, was the boy put a gun on my head last night and said, if never talk one more thing from TikTok. Be a shot, never lock my mouth. The boy give me one chocolate and give me a kiss from my jaw, I can't talk. Because I don't want to, but I don't want I'm not to the boy circle me, I'm not to the boy go some. I rush it some. I say, oh, I'm not run no blood clot joke with you. If you ever carry a business again over there, my boss one in a year blood clot. I said, sorry, I can't behave like that. Ever see the boy give me a chocolate, I go some tomorrow, because the baby there.
So people, we've heard the term, only bad man, gunman, them want, not them whole. If this is not a very emotional, romantic speech that this lady make, if this is not normal in some garrison, you have people that actually think like that, have the same sorts of mindset like this. It is very tragic, where they think that because they're in a high-risk relationship with somebody that is a gangster that goes out, rob people place, take away people life so that they can live. It seems as if she gets a false sense of security, false sense of love. These people, something definitely wrong with them. Something is definitely wrong with Jamaica and TikTok, platform that shows the ignorant and dark and foolish downside of Jamaica. And this is yet an perfect example. Point blank and period. Make sure you have it up, because we need that in a court. Make sure you have it up. 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 Make s
Nobody not big on the law. Constitution right there, no. Can you violate rights, no? Remember that, no. Violate rights. What do you got
Officer, go easy. We're not going to stick my TV.
Come on. Doctor. Can I get the doctor bill?
Me have video there. When me can, me have video.
You just witnessed an incident with the police versus civilian. Notice that the bridge of communication with police and civilian, especially persons in the garrison, it has been completely eroded. It does not even exist. Now, people, I did not know what happened before, but based on information that I got from several persons that sent me this video, it is said that the man and the police got in some argument, and then the police start to abuse the man. Then them drape him up, handcuff him up, and then, like you see, them fling him in the vehicle. Before he was thrown in the vehicle, very aggressively, we saw that he is saying that they violated his rights. Now, people, when it comes to Jamaica and Jamaicans, it seems as if we've lost sight that we do have a right. We do have the right to complain if we are being violated. If our civil rights are just basic human rights is being violated. But people think that whenever you talk up against it, especially as blogger, you are anti-police. So that is why most of the bloggers you see in the Jamaican space, they are police tetes. They realize if me talk up, people don't want me to talk the truth. People want me to say what they want me to say that the police is right even when the police is wrong. And I am not saying that the police is not wrong, and I am not saying that this man did not do anything. But what we see is that Jamaica, as somebody that lived in the United States from back in the days, is coming like one of those apartheid places in South Africa, are coming like America back 3-4 decades ago. It is not the Jamaica that makes me want to come back home, because at least when I get back home, I feel as if that is not going to happen. But I've realized, or come to the realization, that the police really have a hate for persons from the garrison, a hate for persons that look like themselves. So it seems as if them have some sort of slave, meaning house slave kind of mentality. And I am just speaking in general. So people, if you think you have the balls, backbone, to comment justifiably on this, or if you just want to give your comments, and this is my disclaimer, I fully understand that the police are working under stressful, adverse, giving basket for carry water situation, and the people out there are hard to deal with. But I think that when it comes to this police abuse, it is getting out of hand. And the people, meaning the relevant authority, need to make sure they stamp this out, get a hold of this, because it is getting way, way out of hand, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based on an article that was published in the Gleaner newspaper, where it is said that a Jamaican is amongst 5 foreign nationals that were deported from United States but not deported to their home country. They were deported to an African nation known as Eswatini, which is formerly Swaziland. Based on the new administration by the Trump government, it is said that this is a sensitive, secretive, third-party country deportation. That means that people that are deemed to be terroristic, people that are deemed to be the worstest of the worstest can be deported to other country or that nation in which they have a treaty with if their country refuse to take them back as deportee. Based on what Jamaica said, it has never ever refused any national that is deported from the United States. However, based on what the Trump administration Homeland Security is saying, they deported these 5 persons, and this is the 12th or 13th person that is deported under that treaty, and the United States, under the Trump government, is looking for other African nations. Now, one thing about Swaziland, or the place formerly Swaziland, is that it is run by a dictatorship. It is one of the only nations that is still run as a dictatorship. So we see, say, America, a democratic country, is in a treaty with a dictatorship country. Isn't that hypocritical? So based on what the Secretary of the Homeland Security in America is saying, these persons are so barbaric, their crimes are so barbaric, that their country refused to take them back. So therefore, they've signed a treaty with African nations, and they're going to be deported, those persons that are in limbo. Based on the information, it is said that that Jamaican, or this Jamaican, he was convicted of gun crimes, murder, jumping over the fence of Little Picnic. So they are saying that these persons that have been terrorizing United States can no longer terrorize United States. They are sent to this third-party treaty, which is secretive. Now, people, you have to understand, under Trump, anything is possible. Whenever you have a lawbreaker making laws, it is always going to be problematic. As a matter of fact, the Supreme Court in the United States said that it is illegal. However, you know that when it comes to Trump, he will do just about anything that he wants, and nobody will stop him, or nobody can. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the U.S. immigration policy that is used to be favorable to persons going to America seeking asylum, or even having their case going through the proper protocols or procedures, that has changed, or will change drastically for the worse. If what the new president, wants, Mr. Trump wants. So therefore, people that are leaving Jamaica because they want a better life, run across the border, whatever the circumstances, illegal means, and think that when they get there, they might hold them for a few and then release them. They can be out looking at work, making themselves better. That will change significantly. Based on the information that you're going to hear, I want you to take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
The Washington Post is reporting the Trump administration's revoking access to bond hearings for people who entered the U.S. through non-approved channels, ordering officers to detain them for the length of their removal proceedings, a process which can take months or even years. The rule will apply to people who've recently entered the U.S., as well as those who've been here already for decades. Immigration expert Aaron Reichlin-Melnick asserted the policy is based on faulty interpretation of existing law, warning, quote, if immigration judges begin to adopt this interpretation nationwide, it will mean even less due process. It will mean more people flown around the country and jailed far from lawyers, loved ones, and hope. And that's the goal, he said.
Now, people, the voice or the audio that you just heard is of a news clipping that somebody sent me. Don't know if this is AI generated. I am assuming that this is consistent with what we see going on right now. We see that the persons are not even given the due process. People just get picked up, them hold them for a day or two, throw them on a plane and throw them out. No honoring the dates that judges gave them. So just imagine if the process is already bad and then it is about to get even worse. Like I said, this does not look good for persons that have intention of going across the border, claiming that them life in a jeopardy. There is no sorts of amnesty anymore. There is no sorts of due process anymore. So the people that are out there and saying, well, People need to start do the thing the right way, come the legal way, get a visa and come to America. To you people, I say this. Do you know how many persons, Jamaicans right now, that are citizens, went to America the wrong way and are now citizens of the United States? Well, based on how things are going, it seems as if they can lose that citizenship. People, I not say that will happen, but I just say, based on what we see going on, everything is going haywire. So people, for all of you that vote for Trump, he told you what he was going to do. So therefore, when somebody tells you or shows you what they are, please to believe them. Are you a believer right now? Point blank and period.
Mr. Mayor speed, you know, man. Mayor speed, and me I say. The man I can't race him, man.
Yes.
Run out.
So the next thing that is popping in the news, based on the video that you see on the screen at the start of this, is of an incident that took place in a place known as Bambolan Wheelfield, that is in Golden Grove, that is in St. Thomas. Based on the information, it is said that the father, O'Neill Anthony Farrell, him and the son had a verbal altercation over some land, a piece of land. The father jumped on the bike, rode off, and then the son jumped in his blue BMW that you saw in the video. He then laced the father, stuck the bike in the hood of that vehicle. The father was fling about 300 feet or so. People, if you know 100 meter, that is about 100 meter short a couple of meters. The father lost his life on the spot. He was rushed to the hospital, but it seems as if the severities of his injuries, he did not make it. Needless to say, them know say the son was taken in by the police. Now, people, we've heard all sorts of horrific story about dead left legacy, meaning land, property, house, farm, whatever. That somebody died and left, and then the family start fight over it. We've seen instances, father versus son, father, two brother, sister, brother, every combination that we can think about. That either people get joke up, people get cornered up, people put out hit on them own family member for this. But we've never seen this combination before, in which a son was going to use his BMW and lick off him father after him bike after an argument. So this is definitely premeditated. Now, people, you as a man or woman, whatever, live with your father. You and your father or mother might not get along. You might have disagreements at times. But at no time did it get to the severity that you was going to think, say, me I go take out the man or me I go take out the woman. Even if you don't like your father, even if your father was a deadbeat, vice versa, mother, that would never cross your mind. But we see with this new generation or people nowadays, it seems as if they think and do just about anything. Nothing is too far-fetched. Nothing is below the belt, people. It is a very sad state of affairs, and this is yet an perfect example. Point blank and period.
So when they shot people, so me hear the blood clot shot down me so. What's a police vehicle?
It's a police one.
No man. What's all them? What's a VW? I think police the VW not going negotiation. Well, I don't know exactly what the youth. I don't know exactly what the youth them do. If I thief them thief the car, I don't know if I thief them thief it.
So the next thing that is popping in the news based on the videos that you saw at the start of this is of an incident that took place in a Maypen. Apparently, a lady took her vehicle to be washed at a car wash. While it was getting washed, some man took the vehicle, jump in the vehicle, take for themselves. The vehicle had a tracker. The police were alerted. The police intercepted the vehicle, blocking the vehicle. The vehicle crashed in a light pole. Most of the men that were in the vehicle jumped out. There was some sorts of shootout, or I think the police was shooting at the vehicle. I am going to let you hear from the lady, the victim, whose vehicle was stolen.
One of them.
So I can't wash it when I take it away?
I can't wash me car, me van go. Me regular car wash me car, me van go. And me say, me want whatever, cause I want man when me car go every week, every day, 2 days, 3 days, me car. So Ricky and say, Georgia, man drive out your van. Me say, what you mean? Buying drive out me van, me not understand. And Ricky said, Chucky, if you have truck up on you, me Chucky. We ain't no one black clot bush runs and part up left. But then can't find the trucker.
So good look at man.
He said me didn't want it.
It is to note that these activities will be curtailed by the Manchester police. We have been experiencing a downward trend in criminal activities, and Manchester is no safe haven for criminals. It's also to note that the chances of eluding the police is quite minimal, as the police are actively engaged in operational activities in the space, and we are taking a zero tolerance approach to these type of activities. Once you conduct yourself in a certain way, the chances of being held is quite great.
So people, you heard what the lady had to say. You saw the videos at the start when the police actually pull over the vehicle. Now people, I don't know if you're like me. I like to see these police with these rifles, with these big guns, with these extender clip. But what I like most is that when them catch suspect, persons that are caught red-handed with them hand in the cookie jar, as in some robbery, some shooting, some taking away of vehicle, and then when the police intercept the vehicle, them unload, unleash, discharge everything in that vehicle and riddle these people. No joke. It's so sad that somebody actually get away, live to go back and do the same thing. They need to make examples out of these youths. Deal with them in the most wickedest way, so that other persons that have aspirations of being criminal might see these videos and might learn from the mistakes of others. Point blank and period.